Before we start the video, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Blue Gem Amora on YouTube for submitting this cute fan art to me based off of the novel I'm writing on that was submitted on Unknowingly's Discord server. Now, normally I'm not the type of person to really accept this type of fandom, but you know, I was flattered by it because it was specifically drawn for me. I mean, look at this, it's adorable, even though my novel is a horror novel. So, kind of ironic. But you know, I'm purposely writing in that like the man in the suit has like a genuine personality to him, and he's not all the time a vicious wild animal who's out for blood. But anyways, thank you to Gem for submitting this. And now, Godzilla Fallout Extinction, Part 3. Gentlemen, thank you all for attending this meeting today. Now, we are all aware of the major disasters that have happened in Honolulu, San Francisco, and most recently, Las Vegas, all having to do with the destructive rampage of this creature right here. Now, this is the biggest gathering of the most strategic minds in the country. So what plans do we have, gentlemen?
I propose that we attempt to lure this thing away from any major city and see where he goes.
But what if he ends up in a country out of our reach, and then their governments blame us for the damage?
Then we should just blow this thing up. He has to be vulnerable to our weapons.
Then we might as well drop a few bombs on our cities and kill a few people with him.
Why don't we just drop one on you instead?
Oh, real mature, General.
Why can't we all
feed you
come
to
to a
that
simple
beast?
agreement here?
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Now listen up. I know that you are all very concerned about the recent events that our country has faced, but let me assure you all, we have launched a few attempts already to take this creature down. So relax, men. We've got this taken care of.
With all due respect, Mr. Secretary, but were these operations carried out prior to last night's attack on Las Vegas?
Well, yes,
Then you mean to tell us that those plans have failed?
Like I said, gentlemen, we've got this taken care of. So let's just sit back and focus on the other social-economic issues we're facing right now. Preferably outside the war room.
It's a madhouse out there, Danny. I can't seem to catch a break.
What is everyone so worried about?
Everyone's bombarding me with questions about San Francisco and Las Vegas. Apparently no news has gotten in or out of there, and it's getting concerning. I thought everyone was told about Godzilla.
Mr. President, there's something I need to tell you. Get those reporters away from here!
We are under an order of national security.
What? Why?
I think it's obvious, sir. No one wants this country to start panicking, right?
Mr. Daniel, I don't approve of this security. There are families in those two cities that have suffered, and it's only fair that everyone knows what happened.
I cannot allow you to do that. You see, I'm the one who gave that order.
Do you mean to tell me that you're responsible for all of this secrecy crap just because you don't want to panic?
I'm doing this for your safety, sir.
No, you're just doing this for yourself.
God, do you see the smoke in the downtown?
Yes, I do. Can you tell where the fire is at?
No, not really.
Roger, Mr. Secretary. We are still tracking him. Oh, and to your request, we are blocking every radio signal in the Metroplex.
Come on, we need this footage on Channel 5.
I can't send it. The signal is working like crap.
Knocking us out from superior numbers when we emerge. Mr. President, we must not allow a mine shaft gap. Sir, I have a plan. Monsieur has been locked.
This is getting ridiculous. 3 cities in 1 week? People of this country are gonna tear this government apart. They'll go after the president first. After all, he's not allowed to say anything. What's that damn secretary of ours that's not allowing us to say jack? Well, if there's anyone that can talk sense into that crazy lunatic, it's our president.
Sir, we've got some bad news.
Has there been any other kind lately? Has another major city been hit?
Actually, there's been 2.
Which ones?
The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, sir. It was a simultaneous attack. We need to call off the security orders, sir.
Then what do you want me to do? Tell the Secretary of Defense how stupid he's being? Yes, I would love to tell him that, but he's too damn stubborn. He's the reason why I'm stuck in this office right now. He's running this nation, not me. Not even Congress. As long as he's still here, I've got nothing to say.
Then why don't you just address the nation?
Daniels would never let that happen.
We mean address the nation right this instant, sir. Secretary Daniels is at a meeting right now at the Pentagon. We'll call in a news team to set you up.
Now wait just a second. Think about this, gentlemen. What am I going to tell the people? That a 400-foot tall monster is attacking America? That could just send this nation into further chaos.
We're well aware of that, sir.
But is that really necessary? Does Daniel's radical order have any evacuation plans in it?
I think some, but they're not carried out early enough, though.
Then why don't we just inform the public about possible evacuations that may come in the future? Then we can send in the National Guard. Which city is Godzilla headed for?
He's heading north right now, possibly towards Oklahoma.
Set up an evacuation plan for Oklahoma City and any surrounding areas around Oklahoma City. And get the cameras in here. I know just what to tell the nation.
Not what we had in mind, huh? Sometimes it's best to think like a politician, not like a school teacher. This will surely piss off Daniels, that's for sure. Alright, you're live in 3, 2, 1.
My fellow Americans, as many of you know, we've had significant events occur in some of our major western cities. Rest assured that our full military capacity has been called in to address these events. I implore you all to listen to and heed any warnings or evacuation instructions from your local authorities.
So, as you can see, gentlemen, these photos show how the destruction has been pretty moderate.
Our nation will stand strong to defeat any threats to our way of life, and we will overcome any obstacles that threaten our liberty. I pray for a swift and safe resolution to these events, and as always, God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
This meeting is over, gentlemen. I have some important business to take care of.
Sheesh, what's his problem? He told the president a week ago to keep his mouth shut about all that's happening in the country. And now he just went ahead and made an address to the nation behind his back. Well, it's about time somebody stood up to him. What's the secretary's plan anyway? I'm not sure, but in my opinion, I think he's just trying to blow off steam. Did you hear that he lost the election 2 years ago? Really? Yeah. Apparently, he was planning on running for president. 2 weeks into his campaign, supporters lost interest in him. Then he became the Secretary of Defense. Politicians, they just get more corrupt year after year. Uh-huh. And now that there's a monster in this nation, it's just gonna get much worse. National Guard, you've been ordered to evacuate. Whoa, hold on. Relax. We're FBI. We've been ordered by the Secretary of Defense to be here. Oh yeah? Well, I've been ordered by the President to evacuate you too. Now come on, pack your things. We're getting out of here. Mr. Vice President, we have an update on the attack on Oklahoma City this morning. Apparently the National Guard have evacuated 2 FBI agents. Yeah, so? Well, apparently, they were found at a cell tower just outside of the city, and they say they were ordered by the Secretary of Defense to be there. Apparently, they've been blocking all radio signals coming in and out of the city, and after they were evacuated, some of those news reports got leaked. So, you're saying... I'm saying the cat's now out of the bag, Mr. Vice President. Here, see for yourself.
We are reporting live from downtown Oklahoma City. Ladies and gentlemen, as you look behind me, you can see the giant monster. It's tearing right through the city. It's ginormous. It's taller than half the buildings here. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are seeing right now, this is not anything out of a movie or a show or anything. This is all too real, and it is happening right here in the United States of America.
Mr. Vice President, what do you propose we do about all this? At this point, we've got no power against the media. News is going to continue to spread about this. All we have to do is just wait. And then react. And then evacuate. Now get out of here. We have a lot of evacuation orders we need to carry out. Yes, Mr. Vice President. The U.S. Capitol being swarmed this morning after more news about this 400-foot-tall monster comes out. After this morning's attack on Oklahoma City, news started to spread like a wildfire that apparently the 5 major cities that have been silent the last 2 weeks were apparently attacked by this same monster. What could this mean for the future of our nation? And who is responsible for all of this secrecy? And the main question is, will they be held accountable?
This is an outrage! They weren't supposed to know!
Sir, you can't control the media. This was bound to happen at some point.
No, it's not the damn media's fault. It was his. Ever since he made that address, all hell has broken loose.
He is the president, sir. He has the power to make that decision.
Do you know how much I've sacrificed? All I wanted to do was show this nation how much of a leader I could have been to those tree huggers and environmentalists. But it was the far-right side that stopped me. This was my chance to show them. And now my reputation is crumbling.
I better go. They're about to hold a press conference at the White House.
Your question, sir?
Has the military tried to kill it yet?
The military is currently engaged in an operation to minimize any possible damage that could occur. That's all I can say for now.
Do you know where it's going right now?
As I've stated, the military is currently in an operation to minimize any damage. However, they are monitoring any possible threats and formulating any plans against those threats. That's all I can say.
Ladies and gentlemen, according to the U.S. military's latest report, Godzilla is heading for the downtown sector of Chicago, and we've been tasked to evacuate it. This will be the city's biggest evacuation since the Great Chicago Fire. I want you all to do your best to get the civilians out of there, and God be with you all.
Attention all units. Godzilla is entering Chicago from the southwest. Any law enforcement, please refrain from firing upon the creature as you may agitate it. Law enforcement and National Guard, please continue with the evacuation plans, and if things get a little heated, please evacuate civilians underground as quickly as possible. Thank you for your cooperation.
Commander, target is moving to the east right into the downtown area. We are not sure where he might head for after that.
We can't stay here any longer. We've got to get out of here. We've got to keep the lights on in the city. At this point, we know Chicago is doomed. I just want to know where he's heading for next. Mr. Vice President, we are tracking him as best as we can. We can't tell for sure yet where he might head for after his attack. The evacuations are still being carried out as we speak. I'm just more of concerned that he's going to enter Lake Michigan and end up in Canada. We're talking with the government officials of Canada right now. They're prepared for anything at this point. Okay then, stop talking
and get to work on where he's heading for next.
Yes, Mr. Vice President.
Gentlemen, as you all know, we've been continuing to track Godzilla's movement the last few days, ever since his attack on Chicago last week, and most recently, his attack on Columbus, Ohio. Well, gentlemen, the news isn't getting any better from here. We're continuing to predict his path, but as of right now, his predicted trajectory is unfortunately heading right for here. Washington, D.C. Here we thought he'd head right for New York City because apparently we theorized that he's predicting where each major city is, and he is slowly walking towards them. Well, now we think he might sense where this nation's power comes from. So I want you all to inform the president as soon as possible.
How long until he gets here?
Approximately in the next 74 hours, sir.
How does he know? How does he possibly know?
We're evacuating as we speak, sir.
Good. Now, when the time comes, I want everyone down in the bunker. But for now, I have a nation to run.
Everyone, move down to the bunker, quickly! You too, Mr. Secretary. Come on.
Commander, target is continuing to move east, heading towards Chesapeake Bay.
He's heading for a body of water. He's gonna enter the Atlantic.
Mr. President, I'd like to apologize for my radical decisions the past several weeks. This is my fault.
The time for forgiveness will come later, Mr. Daniels. In the meantime, just be thankful I didn't leave you up there.
Mr. President, this is probably not the best time to tell you, but I just got a call from New York City, specifically from the United Nations. They want you there as soon as possible. Before we end the video, I just want to say special shout out to Unknowingly for agreeing to lend his voice for one small character in this production. I plan on having him voice another character later on in the film if he has enough time to do it. I know he is busy with other analog horror projects. He's actually taking a break right now, and I'm also putting this part in the video to say I will be taking a break from working on this specific movie because I want to start production of another film I've been neglecting to do the last 2 years, The Ghosts of the Grand Bell Manor. So don't expect to see another Godzilla Fallout Extinction part until probably later this year. But anyways, thank you all for watching this, and we will see you all next time.